All right, welcome back. Thanks very much for staying with us. Let's continue then with our story in Jagersfontein. Of course, we're focusing at this time on the environmental impact of the explosion. And we have on the line this time Nhlanhla Sibisi, climate and energy campaigner for Greenpeace Africa. Once again, apologies for losing you at that time. We were talking about the long-term impact for the nearby communities. And I was asking you to weigh in on that for us. And the fact that, the responsibility by government shouldn't only be limited to what's taken place at this time, but certainly, future repercussions.
Yeah. So some of the future repercussions that we should be aware of is that we should remember that mining also has minerals as well as toxins that actually come out. Like in the case of the sludge, we've been hearing reports earlier this morning which are confirming that the mining activity that is happening there, that the environmental impact, cannot be ignored. And this is one of the things that we are looking at, because the land that's being impacted, as well as the people that are being impacted, those are things that need to be taken into consideration when we are looking at how we manage all these dam sites. Going into the future, because we haven't as yet ascertained what actual toxic impacts that it's going to have, but we are certain that that sludge is not just free from any toxins.
Yeah. I then want to talk about, is there any support that you as climate and energy, as a climate and energy campaigner, and maybe I should say as Greenpeace Africa, is there any support that, you're giving these communities? Just yesterday we were having a discussion about, the legal impacts and if, these communities could find some sort of legal recourse. And I wonder, if Greenpeace Africa would, maybe consider being amicus curiae or friend of the court if, if it does come to that. What level of support would you perhaps be wanting to give these communities?
One thing that I can definitely tell you is that we support affected communities, as we refer to them, and these are communities that are experiencing what is happening in Jagersfontein. And also to add that we do have partner organizations that have the legal expertise that are looking at such cases. And one of the things that we've done, we've also done that previously in other cases where we support those organizations, because we all do come with different types of experiences. And it's good to also mention that organizations that are within the civil society space are always looking out for such incidences, as much as we've been warning about them, because we know that there'll be some complacency along the way. So to answer your question, I would say that we would definitely support organizations that have the expertise to take on government, to challenge mining companies when it comes to such incidences.
All right, Nhlanhla, thanks very much for giving us your time. Nhlanhla Sibisi is a climate and energy campaigner for Greenpeace Africa, weighing in on the environmental impact of what's taken place in Jagersfontein as that mine dam exploded.